afternoon, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today for the Hormone Breakthrough workshop. It's lovely to have you here. Just to let you know, the workshop will probably go for about an hour. It's also going to be recorded for those people who can't join us. And I'll be answering your questions as we go along too. So I'm really looking forward to spending this time with you. And yeah, it's wonderful to connect with you all. The workshop's going to be filled with value, and I aim to give you a ton of content, so definitely hang out with me until the end. Please feel free to take notes as we go along and close out any other browsers you might have open, just so you can give your full attention to the workshop. I'd also just like to ask you to make sure that your microphone's muted, just so that we can ensure the best sound quality for everyone on the workshop. But as I mentioned, we'll have time for questions at the end, so feel free as we go along to write those in the chat box, and I'll definitely do my best to answer them. So let's get started. Who this workshop is for? Definitely this workshop is for women in their 40s who are struggling with mood swings, PMS, anxiety, brain fog or period problems like pain, irregular cycles or heavy menstrual bleeding. It's also for women who feel like their hormones are out of control and it's starting to affect relationships or parenting, and also for women who want to get off the roller coaster of hormonal imbalance to find happiness, energy, a clear head and calm emotional state. Yes, this workshop is definitely about removing the burden of hormonal imbalance so you can start to feel in control of your mind and your body every day of the month. But it's also about something even more important: living a life you love, releasing the guilt of not being supportive or patient with your family because you feel so out of balance, stopping the rage and feeling in control of your emotions again, and also rediscovering your energy, motivation, concentration and creativity so that you can realize your full potential and truly live a life you love. So we have 5 different shifts we're going to go through in today's webinar. But first, I just want to check in with you. Does this sound like you? Exhausted, burnt out, or stressed by the demands of family and work? Maybe your libido is suppressed. Do you ever get the feeling that you prefer to mop the floor rather than have sex with your partner? Maybe you have a short fuse. Do you ever experience feelings of rage followed by gnawing feelings of guilt and shame that come afterwards? Maybe you feel oversensitive, teary, or find it hard to focus and make decisions. Maybe you're experiencing that classic brain fog that lots of women who have a hormonal imbalance get. Food cravings, bloating, fluid retention, or weight gain. You might even find yourself reaching for a glass of wine just to take the edge off your stress, especially in that premenstrual phase. Are all your symptoms worse before your period? Maybe your periods are becoming heavier or more painful. It's possible that you feel like life is spinning out of control. And you might be terrified that if you don't do something now about your health, menopause will become a living hell. Lots of my patients tell me that they have that feeling. I'd like you to imagine what could be, what would be possible. Imagine if you were totally free from the shackles of hormonal imbalance, confident and secure in the knowledge that your body is working for you, not against you, off that monthly roller coaster. Imagine if you were full of energy all month to share with your partner and your children. And imagine if you had mental clarity and emotional well-being, feeling normal again, like yourself. And imagine enjoying pleasure again, doing the things you love, having fun again. So this webinar is all about you, and we're going to cover the 5 big shifts for you here in just a minute. But first, in case I'm new to you, I just want to share a little bit more about who I am and why I'm qualified to share this information with you. And I promise I won't talk about myself for too long, because this workshop's all about you. Here's a photo of me. My name's Emma Stimpson, and it's lovely to meet you. I'm looking at the people who are on the webinar today, or the workshop today. I already have met a few of you, which is wonderful. And for the people who I haven't met before, it's lovely to connect with you today. I'm the founder of Women's Health and Hormones, which is a natural medicine clinic on the beautiful Mornington Peninsula, south of Melbourne in Australia. I'm also the author of the Hormone Breakthrough Method and Freedom from PMS and PMDD. And I've had over 17 years experience helping thousands of women balance their hormones naturally for optimal health and radiant well-being. I've really seen firsthand what women are up against when they go through very difficult hormonal imbalances. And I'm also lucky enough to have seen what's possible when women have the right approach, how amazing life can really be when you start to get your hormones in your body back in balance again, so that you can truly enjoy that wonderful state of optimal well-being and begin to enjoy life again, experiencing what it's like to live from that foundation of optimal health and well-being, so that you can reach your full potential in life as well. So I feel very fortunate in the work that I do. I'm so lucky that so many women have trusted me over the years enough to share their experiences, which has really helped me continue to develop the very best clinical practice I've been able to. You really need to have 3 things in order to have this workshop change your life. You must have a burning desire for well-being, committed, determined, ready to change your life. You have to come to me with this. You also need to believe in your ability to do this. And this is one that I can help you with. If you've lost your ability to believe in yourself, or you've been knocked around by the medical system, or you haven't had great results in the past with what you've tried, I can still help you with this. Today, we're really going to work on building up your self-belief. So stay tuned, we're going to get you there. You also need a clear plan. A lot of women just don't have this. Many of the women I work with are either lacking in self-belief or simply don't have a clear step-by-step plan. They feel overwhelmed trying to get free information off Google, or maybe have received limited or incorrect information from their medical practitioners. And this can create a lack of clarity in your plan and can often be the reason for not getting great results. So you really need to have that clarity and a clear plan in place. So let's get started on the 5 shifts or action steps you need to take to get the results you're looking for. All of these shifts are critical to your success. These shifts are the things I help my patients with every day. They're the 5 biggest things you can do to get the results you're looking for in terms of balancing out your hormones and of really experiencing a radiant well-being and optimal health again. Believe it or not, the first shift is actually all about crushing your limiting beliefs. It's really important to develop a mindset that will allow you to continue to take steps forward to create positive momentum in your life in order to see the results that you're looking for. So mindset's really the first area where we want to see some changes happening. What do I mean by crush your limiting beliefs? Well, that first limiting belief is really to stop hating your hormones. So many of women come and speak to me and tell me how much they hate having a hormonal imbalance and how they really hate what's going on in their body and they hate their hormones. But trust me, you have to stop hating your hormones in order to get this system to shift. The only way to eliminate PMS and hormone imbalance is actually to accept it and learn from it. Start changing your mindset there. I really want you to focus on loving your hormones and loving your body. And this will begin to allow you to start seeing your hormones as your greatest teacher and blessing. What's going on with the symptoms you're experiencing is really just a warning sign or signal from your body that things are out of balance. And if you can start seeing your hormones differently, it will allow you to hear the message that your body's trying to send you. It's also really important to remember that taking synthetic hormones won't balance your hormones. And this is a big mindset shift that a lot of women need to take. Our current culture, and I guess the current medical paradigm that we're all living in, suggests that taking synthetic hormones will actually have a balancing effect on your body. And it's just not the case. And I see it time and time again with the patients that I work with in my clinical practice. If you're taking synthetic hormones like HRT or the oral contraceptive pill, or even bioidentical hormones like natural progesterone creams, what that actually does is it gives your body a supplemental form of the hormone, which means your body's own natural mechanisms or pathways for producing those hormones start to actually shut down a little bit. And it doesn't create any form of balance within your body. It actually just supplements with external hormones. Now, of course, you can't take, or nor would you want to take, external hormones forever. So eventually, when you need to come off those hormones, a lot of my patients find that their symptoms actually relapse significantly. And then we need to do significant work on helping to reawaken your body's own natural pathways for producing hormones. So if you can avoid taking synthetic hormones in the first place, that's probably a really great step. And even just getting your mindset around the fact that synthetic hormones aren't going to balance your hormones is a really great step to take. I also want you to stop using willpower. A lot of women feel like there's something wrong with them because they're trying to use willpower to change their diet, change their body, and change their life. But what I can tell you is that willpower is a finite resource. It only lasts about a couple of days at the most if you're lucky. If you continually try to rely on willpower to make changes, you'll always feel like you're fighting a losing battle. It's much more beneficial to create a new mindset. I want you to focus on changing your life by creating new habits. And this can be a process that's easy, not hard. If you're just using willpower, it's always going to feel like it's hard work. But if you can start to slowly create new habits that create positive momentum and new feelings of well-being in your body and in your life, you'll find that you can completely change this experience into an experience that's positive, easy, and creates positive momentum in your life as well. This is a really big one. A lot of my patients are trapped, a lot of women that I speak to are trapped in a form of living where they're continually self-sacrificing rather than practicing self-care. I hear this all the time. My children, my work, my partner, my friends, even cleaning the house has to come first. I want you to refocus that experience of self-sacrifice, which is so common, reframe it into an experience of self-care. I want you to keep practicing telling yourself this affirmation, I am worthy, and you truly are. You are worthy of self-care. You are worthy of well-being. You are worthy of experiencing balance in your body and in your life. But the first step is releasing the continual practice of self-sacrifice and replacing that with a practice of self-care. And again, that's going to take a little bit of time if you've been embedded in self-sacrifice for your whole life, which is very common for women. But the first step is changing your mindset and reaffirming to yourself, I am worthy. As you go about this process, you can actually create a new self-worth story, a new experience of what it would be like to fly like the bird that you can see here pictured on the screen. What would it be like for that to you, to feel like you're flying like a bird again? And it's possible. when we look at a new paradigm for self-care, which is really what this is, there's again a few other concepts, I guess, that you can keep in the back of your mind that will help you reframe self-sacrifice into a positive experience of self-care. The first one is remembering that nothing is more important than feeling well. If you're not feeling well, there is nothing that you can do to help the other people in your life. And trust me, feeling well is definitely more important than having a clean house. You are worthy of as much love, kindness, support, and care as every other person in your life. I want you to start listening to your self-talk, the messages that you're telling yourself. And sometimes this is like playing on a constant tape of auto repeat in our brains, and we don't even realize it's happening. So just take the time to slow down and listen to the messages you're sending yourself. Listen to your self-talk. If you take the time to listen to those messages, are you really speaking to yourself in the same way that you would speak to a dearly loved friend? I want you to start to become your own best friend. And just a reminder for you, if you burn out through self-sacrifice, you can't help anyone else in your life. Focusing on your own health and well-being has to be your number one priority. I thought now might be a good time to share a story from one of my patients with you. This is a story that was shared by a beautiful woman named Sarah, who's a lovely person, wonderful patient of mine, and also a great friend of mine too. She was kind enough to share her story, so thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it. This is the story that Sarah shared with me, and I'll just read it to you because I think the way that she's expressed it is much better and gives a lot more clarity than if I was to try and paraphrase it. Sarah told me, I was feeling far from my normal self. I was demotivated and unhappy. I'd wake up in the morning feeling anxious, and the slightest problem could set me off into a spin of emotion. If it involved my husband, it was generally anger. My tolerance for my 2-year-old son was waning, and my ability to relax was damn near impossible. I was feeling lethargic no matter how much sleep I was having. And even though I was eating well, drinking minimum alcohol and moderate amount of coffee and tea, I was still finding myself needing to have a lay down in the day. After starting the supplements Emma prescribed for me, I immediately began to improve my mood within 3 days, and my energy levels improved within a week. When I finally got the results from my hormone test, I was overwhelmed with relief. My feelings of going crazy with stress and anxiety, along with wanting to kill my husband, were down to incredibly imbalanced hormone levels. These results gave me hope. The future suddenly seemed a lot brighter. I still have a long way to go, but I feel like my health is constantly improving. I now have the knowledge I needed and feel empowered to take care of my own health. My friends are commenting on me being much more relaxed. I'm able to diffuse an argument with my husband, and I'm having much more fun with my little boy. I believe that my memory has improved, and my ability to focus on the task at hand, as well as the person in front of me, is also so much better. I feel like Emma has not only saved my life, but she's also saved my marriage. I believe that body chemistry is so easily overlooked. I could have talked about my feelings until the cows came home and rationalised both my thoughts and actions, but my body chemistry was out of balance. Thank you, Emma. I look forward to a future in touch with you and my body chemistry. I'm assured that menopause will be a much less rocky road with you holding my hand. Thanks so much, Sarah, for sharing your story. And I'm wondering whether people who are on the workshop today can relate to the experience Sarah described there. The type of thing she spoke about is certainly quite common for women who have a hormonal imbalance. And it's definitely true that getting your body chemistry back in balance can lead to massive improvements in the way that you feel, the way that you think, behaviour, and how you feel about your life in general. It can make a huge difference. Moving on to shift number 2. Shift number 2 is all about healing the hidden cause of your imbalance. And remember I was saying before, we want to take the easy road to fixing the issue with your hormones. We don't want to take the hard road. We know that the easiest way to balance your hormones is actually by unlocking your body's stress response first. And you don't need antidepressants to do this. So, how do we unlock the body's stress response? Step one is using herbal medicine to support stress hormone production and receptor function. Herbal medicine is a wonderful tool for reducing cortisol levels and supporting adrenal function, supporting the adrenal cortex in the body, which is under strain when your body's pumping out stress hormones. The cumulative effect of using herbal medicine to support stress hormone production are calmer feelings, more energy, mental clarity, a regulation of the menstrual cycle, and also a reduction in physical and mental or emotional premenstrual symptoms, reducing heavy periods and period pain. If you use herbal medicine to unlock your body's stress response first, your body will become much more efficient at recalibrating the production of the other stress and sort of sex and reproductive hormones as well. So always remember that there's 3 different types of hormones in our bodies: our stress hormones, our reproductive hormones, and our thyroid hormones. And all of these hormones work in a triad or a triangle. In order to get your body back into balance, we need to break into that triangle somewhere. And if we're looking for the easy road, the easiest pathway to break into that triangle to start to recalibrate the body's hormonal regulation and hormonal pathways is actually via the body's stress response. Our bodies produce other hormones as well, like insulin and hormones that regulate metabolism. But when we're looking at balancing out hormones for women in their 40s, it's really that triangle of stress hormones, sex hormones, and thyroid hormones. And remember, we want to take the easy path here by unlocking the body's stress response first. Step 2, once we've used herbal medicine to start to support the stress hormone production and you're seeing some improvements in your well-being, you want to use this positive momentum to reverse the downward spiral that you may have been experiencing. And we can do this using what I call the 3 M's. The first M is moving the body. We know that physical activity is fantastic for unlocking the body's stress response, but you need to be very careful with the type of exercise you do, and it depends on how far out of balance your body is. For many women who are experiencing significant hormonal imbalance, if you over-exercise, it actually makes the problem worse. So you need to be very careful. Exercise like, really vigorous cardiovascular exercise and weight training and extremely strenuous exercise can be helpful at different stages in your body's journey towards optimal health and well-being. But when the body is really out of balance, even just a little bit of brisk walking each day, like 20 minutes of brisk walking out in the fresh air that gets you huffing and puffing and sweating a little bit just for that short duration of time, maybe 5 times a week, is actually enough to see a positive momentum or positive impact in unlocking the body's stress response. And remember, that step of unlocking the body's stress response is your first step when we take the easy road into recalibrating the production of the other hormones. So always keep that in the back of your mind. Different types of exercise are fantastic at different stages of the healing journey. But when the body's very out of balance, you want to do a small amount of exercise each day, cardiovascular style exercise, 20 minutes, about 5 times a week, to get you huffing and puffing and sweating a little bit. Moving on to the next M, mindset or mind. And we've already talked a lot about mindset and reframing of what's going on in your life at the moment in order to help you move forward, especially looking at that, switching the paradigm from self-sacrifice to a self-care journey. Journaling can really help with this process as well. They've done some really interesting research studies looking at the effects of journaling on hormonal production. And one particular study was amazing. What they looked at, they did blood work for women looking at especially cortisol. Remember, cortisol is one of the most important stress hormones the body produces and other pro-inflammatory mediators in the body. And they did pre and post blood work, measuring cortisol and pro-inflammatory mediators at the beginning of the study and also at the end of the study. The only changes women made as during the progression of the study was they did a journaling exercise each day, just 5 minutes a day in the evening at the end of the day. And all they did was ask themselves a very simple question: what went well today? And then they spent 5 minutes just journaling, continuous writing. They didn't stop writing for 5 minutes. They set a timer, write for 5 minutes continuously about what went well today. And what that process did, what the process does, it helps you refocus on the positive things that have happened during the course of your day. A lot of us get stuck, especially when the stress hormones are out of balance. We get stuck on focusing on possibly the negative things that happened during the day, what didn't go well. This process just helps you refocus on the positive aspects that occurred during the day. And what they found at the end of the study is that it led to significant improvements in reducing cortisol production. So cortisol dropped, and also pro-inflammatory mediators in the body dropped. And you can imagine how important this is. So pro-inflammatory mediators influence the way inflammation is occurring within the body. So if you're experiencing a lot of inflammatory symptoms in relationship to your hormonal imbalance, like headaches, period pain, musculoskeletal aches and pains, these are all inflammatory symptoms. Some women get a lot of acne in relation to their hormonal imbalance. With these inflammatory symptoms in the body, if you're able to reduce the pro-inflammatory mediators, straight away it can start to switch off some of those inflammatory symptoms. And if we can get cortisol levels down at the same time and continue to work on unlocking the body's stress response by lowering cortisol, it leads to really great improvements in calibration or recalibration of the other hormones in the body as well. So I guess with this journaling process, it's very similar to what you might have done in the past with a gratitude journal, thinking about things that you could be grateful for that occurred during the day. But it's really retraining your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life. And isn't it interesting how significant or strong that mind-body connection can be? This is something that you're doing with your mind, but the study showed us that it has an effect on your physical body. So it's that mind-body connection we're trying to access here. The third M of the 3 M's is mouth, and this is all about nutrition. We could do a whole workshop just on nutrition. There's so much information, so much research going on all the time, looking into nutrition and the effects nutrition can have on hormones and hormonal imbalances. But I thought the most interesting thing or beneficial thing to focus on with you today is, again, just changing the way that you think about food. What I want you to focus on is how you can reestablish a new and healthy relationship with whole foods that nourish your mind and body. This is a very different way of looking at nutrition for a lot of women, a lot of the women that I work with. A lot of women I work with have had quite a brutal relationship with food and strict weight loss diets throughout their lifetime, and they've gone through cycles of either being very strict and depriving their body of a whole heap of foods in order to trying to use willpower to make changes in their health and changes in their weight and changes in what's going on with their body. And of course, the more willpower you use and the more deprived you feel, a lot of women then end up blowing out and saying, stuff it, I'm going to binge, I'm going to eat whatever I feel like, I've blown the diet now, I'm just going to eat whatever I want. And they end up eating foods that aren't necessarily going to nourish their mind or body, but simply for the reason that they've deprived themselves of those foods for a long period of time. So that pattern is really common, and I guess it's arisen as a result of various aspects of our culture. What I want you to focus on is looking at food in a completely different way. I want you to start focusing on what you can do using food as medicine and whole foods to help to nourish your mind and body. We're really creating that new and healthy relationship with whole foods. And if you can initially just switch your mindset about foods in this way, it'll make the whole journey a whole lot easier for you. Using food as medicine is fantastic They're helping to unlock the body's stress response and ease a lot of the symptoms of hormonal imbalance. But you need to do it in a healthy way that leads to long-term improvements in nourishing your body and in a way that's very sustainable as well, where you don't feel deprived. I bet you're sitting there at home listening to me talk and wondering, how the hell am I going to do this? You might be thinking, I can't afford it. Isn't herbal medicine and whole foods expensive? You might be thinking, how do I know what herbs to take? What about the research? Isn't herbal medicine like snake oil? Maybe you're thinking, oh, my doctor wouldn't approve of this. Or I don't have time to exercise or write in a journal. Who's got time for that? My partner wouldn't agree to me spending the time and money to look after my health. And that old message of self-sacrifice might be starting to creep back in. My children are more important. You might also be thinking, there is just no way that such simple changes could work for me. So, yep, okay, you can continue to think, you know, these sort of questions and have these queries, and you can also continue to ignore the warning signs that your body's sending you. Now, all the signs and symptoms that your body's sending that you're hating at the moment, like I was saying before about hating your hormones. Remember, the signs and symptoms your body's sending you are just simply warning signs of how your body's gone out of balance as a result of your life going out of balance. We want to get your life back into balance, and we want to get your body back into balance as well. But if you keep ignoring the warning signs, these extremely volatile warning signs your body's sending you, you're going to find it challenging to restore balance to your life and to your body. Moving on to shift number 3. There are some limits in conventional medicine's ability to treat hormonal imbalances. A lot of my patients have been told that the only way to balance your hormones is to take the birth control pill. And this is something that we've already spoken about, you know, when I mentioned earlier that you can't balance your hormones by using synthetic hormones or bioidentical hormones or natural progesterone. It just doesn't work long term because it shuts down your body's ability or your body's own natural responses to stabilizing and balancing out the hormones. A lot of my patients come to see me, and they tell me that this is what they've been told by the GP. You know, the only option, especially for women in their 40s, the only option I really have for you here is to put you on the birth control pill or the oral contraceptive pill. But you know what women tell me? I don't need birth control for contraception, and I don't want to take hormones to fix my hormones. Is there another option? What else can I do? A lot of my patients have also been told that antidepressants are the only solution to mood swings, PMS, feelings of sadness, or hormonal anxiety. But when we discuss this together, women also tell me, but I'm confused because I'm not depressed. I know I'm not depressed. I know it's my hormones. So I really don't want to take antidepressants. A lot of women are also told by conventional medicine that eventually, if things get bad enough during menopause, you can just take HRT. But you know what women tell me? Menopause isn't a disease. I really don't want to take a drug that increases my risk for breast cancer. So many women that I speak to are really and wisely reluctant to take HRT. They want to know if there's a natural solution. They want to ease the transition through menopause naturally so they get to the other side without being on synthetic hormones. And with the side effects that we know are prevalent for women taking HRT, it's really in your best interests not to take it if you can possibly avoid it. Most women who talk to me are looking for a natural solution. You're probably the same. You want to learn how to balance your hormones naturally to get off that roller coaster of PMS and period problems. rediscover your natural state of well-being, vitality, and emotional stability, and also ease your transition through peri-menopause and menopause so that you come out the other side feeling better than ever. But there are some risks and side effects associated with natural medicine. So, let's start by looking at conventional medicine. There's risks and side effects associated with both natural medicine and conventional medicine. So if we start by looking at conventional medicine. If we look at the birth control pill, the known risks and side effects of taking the birth control pill are possible allergic reaction, breakthrough bleeding and spotting, nausea, headaches and migraines, mood changes, weight gain, low libido, breast tenderness. It also can lead to a decrease in clitoris size by about 20%. I bet you didn't know about that one. So no wonder a lot of women find that the oral contraceptive pill affects their libido and their sex life. It also can increase the risk of cancer, cardiovascular disease, and blood clots. And isn't it interesting that a lot of the known side effects of the birth control pill are exactly what women experience when they have a hormonal imbalance? If we look at antidepressants, the risks and side effects associated with antidepressants are possible allergic reaction, nausea, increased appetite, weight gain, low libido, insomnia, fatigue, irritability, increased risk of suicidal thoughts. And we also now know through the latest research that there is actually no benefit for women suffering from mild to moderate depression. So let's look at the risks and side effects associated with natural medicine. There's definitely the potential for an allergic reaction associated with natural medicine as well. So there's no doubt that that can definitely occur. For some women, there's also a rare exacerbation of premenstrual symptoms in the first month of treatment. And also for women who are trying to regulate the menstrual cycle, sometimes in the first month of treatment, the cycle can become less regular as a result of the effects of the natural herbal medicine on the hormonal levels. So they're definitely exacerbations or side effects that can be associated with natural medicine, the natural method of treating hormonal imbalances. Other side effects, more energy. For many women, the libido actually increases. Most women experience an improvement in sleep patterns. Improved digestion is another side effect. Most women experience emotional stability and also mental clarity. By the third cycle of treatment, most women experience a much more regular menstrual cycle with reductions in spotting and breakthrough bleeding. And many women experience reductions in food cravings and a regulation of the appetite as a result of using natural medicine to treat their hormonal imbalance. Moving on to shift number 4. I want to let you in on a little secret. The secret weapon for regulating hormonal levels long term and seeing great improvements is actually the process of hormonal detoxification. We want to support your body's own natural detoxification pathways. Like I was saying before, these pathways are already trying to regulate your hormone levels to restore homeostasis and equilibrium in the body. We want to get you out of your own way and allow your body to use these pathways more efficiently. A lot of the things that we do in our day-to-day life interferes with these natural detoxification pathways. If we can remove these roadblocks and get the pathways working optimally, it leads to really significant improvements. This works, hormonal detoxification works, even if you've been struggling with your hormones for years. If you have a previous history of polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, fibroids, or infertility. If you have a family history of menstrual problems leading to hysterectomy. Even if you have a family history of breast, cervical, or uterine cancer, hormonal detoxification can still help. Hormonal detoxification can also work even if you've never taken herbal medicine or used a natural approach in the past and you have no idea how to take the next step. Hormonal detoxification really can set you free. If you take just one step in this direction, it really can make all the difference in your long-term improvements. When done correctly, hormonal detoxification can dramatically shorten the body's healing time, give rapid improvements in digestive health, relieve symptoms of hormonal imbalance faster than any other approach, make you feel great, increase energy, clear thinking, clear eyes, clear skin, and also take you to a state of optimal health and radiant well-being faster than any other technique. So, just to remind you of this two-step process, first what we want to do is unlock your body's stress response using herbal medicine and the 3 M's, mind, mouth, and move. Then you want to move into detoxification, specifically hormonal detoxification. If you take this two-step approach, it can replace years of distress and effort put into masking warning signs of hormonal imbalance. It can also replace hundreds of dollars spent buying supplements that don't work and hundreds of hours spent researching generic information that also doesn't work. You want to tailor the information I've given you today to your specific situation as much as you possibly can. But unlocking the body's stress response first with those 3 strategies and then detoxifying the body is the way to go. I'd like to share another story with you now from another one of my beautiful patients, Michelle. And again, I'm going to read out Michelle's story to you because she's able to express her experience much better than I could if I paraphrased it. Michelle told me at the age of 45, I started getting migraine headaches, stomach cramps and mood swings, plus feelings of illness and sight issues prior to my periods. This had been happening for about 6 months. Emma explained to me that I was perimenopausal and that a hormonal imbalance was causing my symptoms. She prescribed herbal medicine to balance my hormones, and the results were much quicker than I expected. My headaches were less severe at my next period, and over the next 3 months of taking the herbal medicine, my headaches and other symptoms reduced significantly. After about 6 months of the treatment, I was able to stop taking the medication completely, as I no longer had any of the above mentioned issues prior to my period. And I think this is a really important point for you to take on board. This is the difference between using synthetic hormones to try to fix a hormonal imbalance and using natural methods to rebalance your body's underlying processes for restoring hormonal balance naturally. The difference is that if you can address those underlying drivers like the stress response and also hormonal detoxification, you can get to the point where you don't need to continue taking herbal medicine in the long term. Most of my patients reach that stage where their improvements stabilize, and then we're gradually able to start to reduce all of their supplementation down so that then they're able to maintain their improvements moving forward just with diet and lifestyle without needing to take supplementation and herbal medicine. And that's a wonderful position to be in. And the reason that can occur is because we've actually addressed the underlying root cause of the imbalance. So it's something to look forward to. So we definitely want to get you on the fast path to hormonal imbalance. The first step or the first shift is to release those limiting beliefs that have kept you trapped in the cycle, particularly of self-sacrifice and switching off, hating the warning signals your body's sending you of the state of imbalance within your system. I want you to stop hating your hormones and start listening to your body again. Choose self-care, not self-sacrifice. And remember to remind yourself every day, I am worthy. We want to unlock your body's stress response with herbal medicine and the 3 M's, move, mind, and mouth. And we also want to utilize hormonal detoxification as your secret weapon. Shift number 5. Don't do this alone. Every woman who successfully balances her hormones works closely with an expert who can customize a step-by-step treatment plan that removes the guesswork, is willing to invest in their health and well-being. They're not freebie seekers or casual lurkers who end up feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, and unable to make real change. And this is really the problem. If you keep just Googling information, all the information in the world won't help you transform your health. What will help you transform your health is actually taking actions that will rebalance your body. You might have spent thousands of dollars on supplements and hours of time researching this generic information that didn't work. I want to ask you, are you finally ready to get an evidence-based natural solution in place? Your success is 100% dependent on the degree of customized support you get. More information is not the answer. Interactive and action-oriented mentoring and support is really what will help you experience true transformation in your health and your life. So now you have a choice. Do you continue to struggle or do you aim for success? You can take the information from today's workshop and file it away in the back of your mind, but will you be in a year from now? Is anything going to change in your health? The truth is, in most cases, hormonal imbalances get worse over time, causing a greater toll on well-being and quality of life. This is the last thing I want to have happen to you. However, I understand that some women just aren't ready to change. And if this is you, it's your right to make this choice. But if you are truly ready to change and have a burning desire to bring balance back to your mind, your emotions, and your physical body, I'd like to extend to you an opportunity to work with me on a deeper level. I'd like to introduce you to the Hormone Breakthrough Program. It's an 8-week group program that will be beginning on the 8th of October this year. The program's designed to help you balance your hormones naturally and get off the roller coaster of PMS, mood swings, anxiety, brain fog, and irregular, painful, heavy periods as fast and easily as possible. The program includes 8 weeks of video modules that cover everything we've talked about today. It also includes an extra 2 weeks of Q&A webinars to make sure that all of your final questions are answered and you are 100% clear moving forward. This is what will give you the opportunity to really customize the information I've given you today to your unique situation. It also includes a private Facebook group where you can connect with other women who are doing the program and also ask questions and get support. I'll be in the group every day, giving you as much support as I possibly can. It includes mindset training and guided audio tracks to help you release limiting beliefs and unlock your body's stress response. The program also includes transformational detoxification and hormone support guides. And you'll also receive a copy of my book, The Hormone Breakthrough. Templates and journals to help you work through the steps of the program and record your progress will also be included. The core curriculum of the program is valued at $4,000. I want you to consider what it would be worth for you to eliminate the root cause of your hormonal imbalance. Many women tell me they can't even put a price on how valuable this is. Truly precious, truly priceless. The Q&A webinars are valued at $500. As I was mentioning before, it's really an opportunity for you to receive customized support to tailor the education in the core curriculum to your specific needs. The Facebook group is valued at $500. It provides that extra layer of support and community. You can get to know the other women who are doing the program, and you also can tag me in the group for individualized help as our program progresses. Transformational mindset trainings valued at $500. The detoxification and hormone support guides are valued at $250, and the templates and journals are also valued at $250. The Hormone Breakthrough book is valued at $35. So the total value of the program is $6,035. And from my heart, I really believe this is exactly what this program is worth. This is the most in-depth, comprehensive program I've ever developed. It really is the culmination of the 5 years I spent studying natural medicine at university and the countless postgraduate conferences and seminars I've attended, and also the 17 years I've spent helping thousands of women balance their hormones and transform their lives. The normal tuition fee for the program is $1,497 US. This is a program that's available worldwide to women all over the world, which is why the pricing is in US dollars. The investment in the program, as I was saying, is $1,497, but for the next 2 days, there'll be an early bird registration discount of $500, which brings the investment down to $997 US. This is really your time. Let's get a solution in place for you as soon as possible. But you need to take action on the offer within the next 48 hours, especially if you'd like to receive the early bird discount. So if you are interested in enrolling in the program, I just want you to go to this link, https://balancehormones.com.au/join. That's balancehormones.com.au/join. And what I think I'll actually do is I'm going to go off the PowerPoint now, and I'll take you over to that screen with the enrollment page, just so that you can have a closer look. So just open it up. Here it is. So when you go to balancehormones.com.au/join, this is the page it will bring you to. This is our enrollment page. I'm just going to scroll down, and I'll actually show you in a bit more depth what's in each of the modules. So module 1 is all about mindset. In this module, we'll be focusing on cultivating an unstoppable and empowered mindset. Healing really is 80% mindset, 20% action, especially when it comes to hormonal imbalances. This workshop will quickly blow apart those limiting beliefs we spoke about today. It'll help to fill you with confidence and get you deeply inspired to finally go for true well-being in your life. I'll show you exactly how to envision what this could look like for you and get ultra clear on the blocks that have been holding you back so you can unleash your greatest potential. Module 2 is all about how you can use herbal medicine to unlock your body's stress response. You'll be able to look behind the curtain of my clinical practice and learn how to use herbal medicine for this process. The workshop will be extremely customized and individualized for each person. There really is no one-size-fits-all approach. But by applying the information you learn in this workshop, you'll experience rapid improvements in hormonal mood swings, brain fog, and anxiety. Module 3 is all about food, nutrition, the mouth component of the 3 M's. As I mentioned before, I want to help you discover a new and healthy relationship with whole foods that nourish your body. You'll learn how to use food as medicine to balance your hormones, developing awareness and releasing food cravings. I'm going to help you listen to your body to create a sustainable pattern of eating that will support your health forever. Module 4 is all about the movement part of the 3Ms. I want to help you become a wellness warrior through empowered movement. We spoke a little bit today about the 20 minutes of brisk walking and the beneficial effect that can have on your hormones. But in this workshop, we go a lot more in depth into exercise and movement. Moving your body is so important. Physical activity is wonderful for unlocking the body's stress response and balancing your hormones. In addition to the 20 minutes of walking each day, I'm going to help you discover the best type of exercise in your situation to help you balance your hormones naturally, reducing cortisol, improving your libido, and losing a few kilos if that's something that's of importance to you, and also recalibrating your body composition. Learn how to use habit and fun instead of willpower to become fit for life and become a wellness warrior, like the women pictured in this beautiful picture here. Module 4, we're going to start the process of looking more closely at hormonal detoxification. I'm going to help you master the shocking secret proven to cause hormonal imbalance in 85% of women. In this workshop, we'll take a deep dive into evaluating your exposure to endocrine disrupting chemicals. These are chemicals from the environment that disturb your own natural production of hormones. The latest research indicates that exposure to these chemicals is probably the leading cause of the significant increase in hormonal imbalance that we're observing in our population. In this workshop, you'll discover how you can reduce your future exposure and how you can offset exposure that's already occurred. This is the powerful first step in hormonal detoxification. In Module 5, we go more deeply into hormonal detoxification. You'll learn how to reawaken your inner healing power and discover a deep reserve of well-being. Remember, your body is already trying to balance your hormones through natural detoxification pathways. In this workshop, you'll learn how to help these pathways work more efficiently and effectively. This will dramatically shorten the body's healing time and give rapid improvements. Module 7, we're focusing on creating a new self-care ritual in your life with dreamy healing therapies. Remember, you deserve to feel good. Maintaining improvements in hormonal balance and also disrupting the status quo that caused your hormonal imbalance in the first place by making self-care a vital part of your lifestyle. In this workshop, you'll discover my favorite essential oils, therapies, and massage techniques for balancing hormones naturally. You'll learn how to make self-care a vital part of your lifestyle that will protect you from burnout in the future. This workshop will give you the skills to role model self-care to your children as well, which is truly a gift beyond words. In Lesson 8, we'll focus on relentless recovery, overcoming self-sabotage so you can continue to enjoy healthy hormones forever. In this workshop, we're reaching the end of the program, and I want to help you maintain the improvements long term. After all the time and effort you will have put into your health over the previous 8 weeks, I want to make sure you're aware of potential pitfalls my other patients have fallen into so that you know how to avoid them. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. We've worked hard on developing a new mindset, new habits. We want to focus on ingraining these in your life so you aren't using willpower, because remember, willpower will always fail you. In the 2 live Q&A sessions, we're really going to focus on deep healing and customization so that you'll be able to get additional support from both me and the other women in the program to address your hormonal issues on the deepest level possible. So that's what you can expect in the program. I'm so excited about it. What I might also do is just take you up to show you how you actually enroll in the program. So remember, the program starts on October 8th. But that special registration offer for the early bird registration is only available for the next 48 hours. You can join today and also over the next 48 hours for only $9.97 US or 3 payments of $400. So there's also a payment plan available. There's 2 buttons here that you can press. If you want to join for $9.97, you just click here to enroll for $9.97 and the enrollment page comes up. It only takes about 5 minutes to enroll in the program. And if you prefer to do the payment plan, this here is the payment plan of 3 monthly installments of $400. If you'd like to select the payment plan, installment 1 is $400. Installment 2, which will be processed on the 14th of October, is also $400, and instalment 3 will be processed a month later on the 14th of November. The early bird discount also applies to the instalment schedule on the payment plan option. So if you decide to enroll in the program after the early bird registration expires, you won't receive the discount. So once you've enrolled in the program, you'll get an immediate email from me confirming your acceptance into the program. It's really as simple as that. And we do also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on the program. I'll scroll down and show that to you as well. Which is listed here. So please go through and have a read of the 30-day money-back guarantee of the program. So once again, that link for the program is balancehormones.com.au/join. It's going to be an amazing program. I'm going to open that link up for you again, which is just here. I can't wait to work with you. You're finally going to get the solutions you're looking for. I'm going to do everything I can to help you. Once again, that link is www.balancehormones.com.au/join. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to help. I'm really looking forward to working with you in the program. If you do have any questions, just hit the chat box there and you'll be able to let me know what they are. So I'm just going to sit with you and wait for a few minutes for anyone who does have any questions. Okay, we've had one question come through. Thanks, Kylie. Yep. Oh, thanks for your feedback, Kylie. That's great. Yep, that's correct. So the start date for the program is not until the 8th of October. So it's still a few weeks away, but the early bird registration expires after just 48 hours. Hi, Lucy. Yeah, that's right. So this is a group coaching program. Yes, you'll be getting a lot of individualised support from me in those live Q&A sessions and also in the Facebook group. So that looks like the last of the questions that have come through. If you do have any other questions about the program, excuse me, please feel free to send me through an email, or you can message me on Facebook as well. I'm happy to have a chat with you on Facebook and fill you in on any other details that you'd like information on. Thanks again for joining me in today's workshop. I really hope you enjoyed the workshop, and I look forward to meeting up with you sometime soon. Thanks again, and bye for now.